Hi. This video is actually because my friend Heather asked me if I'd do another one, and it's to do with really damage limitation after a big thunderstorm. Now, I've been going on for weeks and weeks about having water in the garden. Finally we got it, but then it ended up with it being too fierce. And so I've been going around the garden today doing damage limitation, and I think I've been reasonably successful. So for example, I had to tie up this beautiful rose because it had all flopped forward, and soon I'm going to have to cut this. I don't know how this has arrived here because it's not come from a sucker at the bottom, it's actually come off the stem of this rose, and of course it's taking all the goodness out of the main rose, which is very beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so the things I've had, oh, I must show you this. Okay, I said to this rose, which is a Rosa rubra. Now its leaves are not very rubering at the minute, but I told it, I said, okay, if you haven't had a flower by next year, I'm sorry, but you're going. And lo and behold, I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see, but there's a bud there and a bud there. So obviously listen to me. Now this is the daisy bush. It's the New Zealand holly daisy bush. It had a lot of flowers the first year and it's had none since. So I think I'm going to have to put in a question to Gardeners Question Time or somewhere to actually sort that out. Okay, this is a beautiful Lavateria. I've not grown Lavateria before. Lavatera, sorry, it's not Lavateria. I've had to, as you can see, I've had to actually tie that up because it was flopping right over from the storm. Also, I've got to actually do it in a different way now because the buddleia is being interfered with, and I love them both. I've just looked up how you prune them because I'd like this to really bush out and not get spindly. I've had to tie up this, which is a herb, the name of which I've totally forgotten. Cole likes them. It's not oregano, but it's another one that can be quite invasive. This I've had to tie up. I've tied it to a stake behind the bronze fennel, which is now growing hugely. This is a curry plant, and it does smell of curry quite strongly. What else? Well, my beautiful bride's bower rose is really doing well now, and so is the Stella clematis next to it. Didn't have to do anything to those. The bees are loving those. Oh yes, I'm not sure what to do with the perennial columbines. I'm going to have to look that because it seems to have finished flowering, whereas my beautiful silver pink cistus is just about coming into its own. Look at this. This I thought would have been quite damaged by the storm, but it isn't, and obviously it's a creeping campanula or a rockery campanula, but it wasn't damaged by the storm. And since the rain came, the lovely carnation, not carnation pink is out. Of course it's not a pink pink, it's a red pink. And what else? Oh yes, had to stake these up. These are Nautia. Okay, and so they got flattened in the storm. I have got loads of goosecogs. I've already done a gooseberry fool for our afternoon distanced, 2-metre distance tea in the garden that we have after I've walked Mabel. And this is really in full bloom now. This is another climbing rose, which is lovely. That didn't seem to get damaged, and everything here is okay. I love the colour combinations up here. Look at it. Okay, it goes from the Centranthus through to the Phlomis, through to the yellow loosestrife, which has suddenly come out, which is gorgeous. So nothing else. Oh, the Jacob's Ladder is now out, but it's not as good as it was last year. I think it suffered from drought a bit. Obviously it's had a water now. Hello you, you're out, aren't you? and you're doing well. Quite a lot of people think potentilas are boring, but I don't. I love their little white flowers, because I think Colin and I really love the single flowers best. Okay, I think I've shown you all the damage. Yes, down here I've got a really weird clematis, because I think it might be too much in the shade. I don't know. I do keep talking to it and telling it it's all right. And it's certainly growing, but I think it should be purple, but it seems to be a little bit odd, because that's what I think it should be, but it's being a bit variegated. Now, whether it's not getting enough sun, I don't know, but I'll have to see, and next year I might have to move it. Okay, that's enough for today.